Welcome to this demonstration on SPARCRequest, a research transaction management system. SPARCRequest is designed to streamline the processes for budgeting and conducting research. Within SPARCRequest, study teams can organize protocols, request services, gather cost information, and communicate with service providers. In this demonstration, we will go through the different features of SPARCRequest in depth and show how they can be used to set up and request the services needed for your project or study. SPARCRequest is where you'll find and request services that are available in Spark. You can also create new projects or studies within SPARCRequest. The navigation bar across the top can be used to route to different Spark modules based on which ones you have access to. Using the navigation icons on the right, you can check the latest Spark announcements and news, view upcoming events, check notifications, edit your profile information, sign out, browse our FAQ, contact us directly, and share feedback for improvement. To begin submitting a request, start by browsing the service catalog. You can click the service providers on the left to search for and add services, or use the search function located above the catalog. You can search by service name, description, keywords, CPT code, or EAP ID. When clicking on service provider programs and cores, the center of the page will populate with a respective description. Contact information is provided before you log in should you need to request additional information. Click on the left to expand a program or core. When you make a selection, a list of services will populate in the center of the page for you to choose from. If you want additional information about a particular service, you can hover your cursor over it and an informational window will appear. To select a service, click the green plus button to the right of the service. When you add applicable services to your cart, you will be asked if the request is for a new study or project. If it is, the services will appear on the current tab in the My Services cart. If not, you will be directed to Spark Dashboard. Within the current tab, you can delete services from the cart by clicking the red trash can button to the right of the service. The completed tab of the My Services cart shows the finished, complete withdrawn invoiced requests that were previously fulfilled on an existing study or project. Once you have selected all of your services, click Save and Continue. Step 2 is where you add protocol information to your request. First, determine whether your request is for a study or a project. Choose Study if you have defined research aims and outcomes. Choose Project for non-study specific service requests. For example, regulatory human subjects consultation or a feasibility assessment. Once selected, you can begin entering your protocol information for either a new study or a new project. Each respective choice will have required information fields that will need to be filled out to continue. These fields are identified with a red asterisk. As you can see here, a new study will require more information fields compared to a project. For studies, if you select EPIC Research Services and want to have your study published in EPIC, select Yes to the first question. A series of study type questions will populate under this question that you are required to answer. Continuing in step 2, you will now enter all authorized users, including the primary PI. If you are not the primary PI, you will be defaulted to a general access user with the ability to update your role later. Add the rest of the study team users and assign roles and proxy rights. Following authorized users, you will complete protocol milestones. Start and end dates are required. Additional dates may be filled out to help service providers determine and prioritize workload for requested services. Note, if your study is an industry-initiated or industry-sponsored study, additional budgeting fields will appear to capture budget-related data. Once all information has been entered, click Save and Continue. Step 3 has 3 tabs: Template, Quantity Billing, and Consolidated Request. This is where you can build out your calendar for your study if you have clinical services. On the Template tab, click the green Add Arm button to add the correct number of study arms. In the corresponding window, add the number of subjects you expect to screen as well as how many screening visits each will have. The first arm is pre-populated as the screening phase arm. If your study does not have a screening phase, you can edit the arm name or delete the arm after adding a second arm. If you have clinical services, you will build out your calendar by entering the visit day in chronological order for each arm, as well as the visit window if necessary. Apply a blue check mark to indicate which services will be performed for each visit on the Template tab. When applicable, you can use the green check mark to select or deselect all services for a particular visit or to select a service across all visits. Non-clinical services are located at the bottom of the visit calendar where you can request the desired quantity. Note, it will automatically be populated with a minimum amount, but you can indicate more. On the Quantity Billing tab, you can change the quantity of services and indicate how individual services are funded. R for research, T for third party, % for % effort. By using the Set Default Billing Designation feature, you can choose to set your default billing type to All Research Coverage R or All Third-Party Insurance Coverage T. You can also individually move the defaulted Rs and Ts by clicking into the visit. When completed, click Save and Continue. If your services are eligible for a subsidy or funding award, you will be prompted to fill in the % subsidy or PI contribution. The PI contribution is how much the PI is contributing to the total cost of the request for a given program, provider, or core. Click Submit to submit your subsidy, followed by Save and Continue. Step 4 is where you will submit and store documents as well as complete any required forms associated with your study. If you have documents to share, click Add a new document. First, choose the document type. Next, browse to select the file. Finally, indicate which service providers should be allowed access to the document and click Upload. You may upload as many documents as needed. Beneath the Documents section is the Forms section. Here you will see any forms from service providers requesting more information. Be sure to complete any associated forms. Click Submit and then Save and Continue. In Step 5, you review all of the details of your request. If you wish to make changes, you can click the colored arrows of the SPARCRequest step you wish to return to, or click Go Back at the bottom of the page. If no changes are needed, click Submit Request to submit services. A pop-up window will appear prompting you to submit a satisfaction survey to provide feedback about the system and be part of the improvement process. Note, if this study has been submitted before and you are going through resubmission on Step 5, there will be an option to submit selected requests that are ready to be resubmitted. Once submitted, a confirmation screen will appear with contact information for each service provider and request IDs. From here, you can either access your protocol in Spark Dashboard via Go to Protocol or click Download Request to obtain a copy for your records. Thank you for watching this tutorial on SPARCRequest. For additional information, please visit our Spark Wiki at the address on the screen. For questions or concerns, please email sparcrequest@musc.edu or call the Success Center at 843-792-8300 and choose option number 2 for Spark.